edit photos for a living. Weddings, birthdays, real estate, travel blogs. People send me files every day. Thousands of pictures. Most of them are boring. But 3 nights ago, someone sent me a folder that may have saved my family's lives. Or maybe proved I was already too late. The job, 0:35 to 2. It was close to midnight. I was still awake in my home office, finishing color corrections for a client. The room was dark, except for the glow of my dual monitors. That's when the notification popped up. New cloud link, received no name, no profile picture. Just an email address made of random letters and numbers. The subject line read, "Urgent family vacation edits. Need tonight." That part immediately felt strange. My wife and kids were on a short trip, a 3-day getaway in a remote forest cabin, about 4 hours outside the city. I stayed home because of work. They had left that morning. My wife, Sarah, promised she'd send me pictures once they settled in, but she hadn't sent anything yet. Still, I assumed maybe the upload came from her tablet or one of those auto backup apps. So I opened the link. Inside were 12 high-resolution photos, family pictures. My family, Sarah, my son Adam, my little daughter Lena, all smiling in the woods. My stomach tightened. I stared at the timestamps. These photos had been taken less than 2 hours ago, but Sarah hadn't messaged me, not once. The discovery begins, 2 o'clock to 4:15. The note attached said, "Please enhance background clarity and sharpen faces." Normal request. At first, I opened the first photo in my editing software. It was a simple shot. Sarah and the kids standing near a hiking trail. Trees behind them, dense forest, late afternoon light. I began adjusting exposure, raised shadows, increased sharpness, pulled clarity into the darker areas. That's when I noticed something. Deep in the trees, far behind them, a pale patch. At first, I thought it was light hitting bark, so I zoomed in. 200%, 400%, 800%. My heart stopped. It wasn't bark. It was a face. Human. Pale. Expressionless. Half hidden behind a tree trunk. Watching them, I froze. Maybe it was another hiker. Someone accidentally caught in frame. That's what I told myself. That's what I needed to believe. So I opened the second photo. Same location. Taken maybe 30 seconds later. This time the kids were laughing. Sarah was kneeling beside them, and the face was closer. Not far in the trees anymore. Now it was visible between 2 branches. Same pale skin, same empty stare, looking directly at them. No smile, no expression, just watching. My fingers went cold on the mouse. The slow reveal, 4:15 to 6:10. I went through the photos one by one. Every single image had him. Photo 3, closer. Photo 4, standing behind a tree no more than 20 feet away. Photo 5, a different angle. I increased contrast, sharpened the background. The image cleaned up, and I saw more. He wasn't just standing there. He was crouching, hiding. His clothes were dark, outdoor gear, a hood, gloves. He looked prepared, like someone who had done this before. Photo 6 made my blood run cold. It was a family selfie. Sarah smiling at the camera. The kids pressed against her shoulders and reflected faintly in the lens of Sarah's sunglasses. Was the same man, standing directly behind whoever took the photo, close enough to touch them. I whispered out loud, "No, no, no, no," because Sarah couldn't have taken that picture herself. Someone else had, someone standing right beside them, or behind them. My phone buzzed, a text from Sarah. "Everything's amazing here, kids miss you." Attached, no photos, no mention of the hike. Nothing. I called immediately. No answer. I called again. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. Then a message came in. Bad signal. Call later. My hands were shaking now. I zoomed into photo 7, and this time, the stalker was looking directly into the camera, his face fully visible. Mid-30s, thin, dead eyes, a small scar above his lip, and in his hand, a phone. He was taking pictures of them. The race against time. 6:10 to 8:20. I called the cabin, straight to voicemail. I called the local police station near the forest. I gave them the location. I explained everything. They asked how I knew. I sent them the images. Then my phone rang. Sarah. I answered instantly. Sarah, listen to me. Get out now. Someone's following you. Silence. Then her voice. Calm. Too calm. We're fine. Something was wrong. The voice sounded like Sarah, but it was flat, controlled, measured. No background noise, no kids, no forest, nothing. I said, put Adam on the phone. A pause, then a man's voice, low, cold. He's sleeping. Every muscle in my body locked. He had her phone. He was using her number. I couldn't breathe. Then he said something I'll never forget. You noticed me faster than I expected? The call ended. At that exact second, another file appeared in the cloud folder. New image uploaded. I opened it. It was dark. Nighttime. Flash photo. The inside of the cabin. My daughter asleep on the couch. Sarah nowhere in sight. And in the mirror behind the couch, the stalker, holding the phone, taking the picture. Climax. 8:20 to 9:30. I drove. I don't even remember grabbing my keys. I drove like a madman through the highway into the forest. Police were already on their way. Every minute felt like an hour. The entire drive, more photos kept uploading. One after another. The hallway, the kitchen, the back porch, each one closer to where my children were. Then the final image. The front door, open. The timestamp, 1 minute ago. When I arrived, police cars were already there, lights flashing through the trees. The cabin door had been forced open, inside. Sarah was tied in the bathroom, alive, terrified. The kids were hidden under a bed, crying. The stalker had been living in the maintenance crawl space beneath the cabin for days. The police found food wrappers, chargers, a sleeping bag, printed photographs of my family. Dozens of them, some from years ago, taken outside our home, at school pickup, at the supermarket. He had been following us for months, maybe longer. Ending, final chill, 9:30 to 10. The detective later told me something that still keeps me awake. The cloud link wasn't random. It was sent from a device connected to my home Wi-Fi, my office, my network. Someone had accessed my system before the trip. He knew exactly what I did for a living. He wanted me to see it, wanted me to watch, wanted me to feel helpless. And sometimes, late at night, when I'm editing photos alone, I still zoom into the backgrounds, just in case. Because once you've seen someone hiding in the shadows, you never stop looking.